celebrate. Our final celebration will be on April 17th, when we hope to have another large group make the commitment to continue their athletic careers and pursue their education at the next level. Today, we will celebrate 9 students who have made that commitment. Thank you to our families for allowing us to be a part of this journey. Thank you to our coaches who have helped make this happen. And finally, thank you to our teachers who have supported our students and coaches along the way. Let's give it up for all 3 of those. At the end of the ceremony, we will continue our pictures outside in the foyer. So without further ado, because we got to stay on schedule, please help me welcome to the stage Mr. Dan Dudley.
Okay, before I begin, I just want to start by congratulating all of our student athletes here today, the families, and our coaching staff as well. What an unbelievable achievement for everyone involved. I'm here today to talk about Ethan He. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, if I'm being honest, to see this young man make our varsity team as a 9th grader. And fast forward to today, really brings his journey full circle. For those of you that do not know Ethan, he's a student athlete that's always either out at Overcash or up on Brewster on weekends with a bag of balls. When you drive by, he's that one kid out there, any time of the day, rain or shine. I distinctly remember a few years ago watching Ethan shooting on his father in goal, repeatedly, time after time, and that was in his middle school years. Perseverance and drive are 2 key components of Ethan's makeup, and I've witnessed this since his middle school days. As a player, he wears his heart on his sleeve and is always giving everything on the pitch, no matter the position I play him. I have complete confidence and trust in Ethan from his freshman season, throwing him in the deep end as a starter each and every week. Playing at the highest level in the club system here with Charlotte Soccer Academy, ECNL, I knew Ethan's experience would make a huge impact on this team and this program. For those of you that have seen some of Ethan's goals over the last 4 years during his career, I urge you to please remember them, because they're probably going to be some of the best goals you've seen out on that soccer field here at Providence Day. Ethan's probably our most marked player by every opposition, and arguably one of our most eye-catching players to watch and play the game here at Providence Day. Ethan's greatest asset is his technical ability to play under pressure, along with his wonderful technique and finishing with both feet. I've never doubted Ethan's commitment, his desire, or his effort. He plays every game like literally it's the last, which as a coach, you can't ask for any more. Ethan's career here epitomizes what it means to play for PD and put that jersey on and go to battle every week. I wholeheartedly know his career here will leave an impression on a number of young soccer players coming through. His PD career consisted of 39 goals, 28 assists, multiple all-conference, all-region, and North Carolina all-state performer. His freshman year, he led the team with goals and assists, which as a 9th grader, these coaches will tell you in any sport is pretty impressive. A quote from Coach Gerard at MIT. Our staff and program at MIT are eagerly waiting for Ethan to step foot on campus. Ethan's desire to succeed and his extremely high work ethic will provide a positive impact within our team's culture. You couple that with his abilities on the field and you find yourself a really talented young individual. E, I know you're going to thrive at MIT. I'm going to miss your quiet personality, your leadership, our banter, your awful music selection on the bus on away trips. More importantly, our friendship. But I can't wait to see you flourish at the next level. Oh, and if I didn't mention this, the number of yellow cards and took for you for your celebrations. For those that went to our games, we had a little celebration where we'd run to the corner flag. Everyone kind of huddled around him. No one knew what was going on. We knew. We knew. I won't miss those. Please join me in congratulating Ethan He and his commitment to MIT.
I'd like to start by thanking my mom, my dad, and my sister for all the support they've given me. Thank you for all the rides and sacrifices you've made so I can play this sport and for believing in me through the ups and downs. Without you guys, I wouldn't be standing here today. Duds, it was a pleasure playing for you these last 4 years, and I wish I could return for another one. School soccer was some of the most fun I've ever had, and to all my teammates, I'll be missing GPN, our yearly Durham trips, and everything else that came with soccer season. Also, special thanks to a few teachers, Ms. Castro, Ms. Collins, Dr. Turnbull, and Ms. Jones. None of this would have been possible without your support. With all that being said, I'm excited to be continuing my academic and athletic career at MIT for the next 4 years. Thank you to Coach Bavel and Coach Gerard for giving me this opportunity, and I can't wait to get started this fall. Go Beavers.
Good morning. My name is Coach McIntyre, and I am the boys basketball coach here at Providence Day, and it is my honor to introduce Aiden Skrutsky for his college commitment. First, let me start with Aiden Skrutsky as everything we want in a Providence Day student athlete, both on and off the court. Aiden exemplifies being a great teammate, working extremely hard on his game, and he excels in the classroom. Aiden is in his second year at Providence Day, and in that time, he has grown in ways that go far beyond the stat sheet. He arrived on campus last year as one of the better shooters in our area. He leaves Providence Day as one of the best all-around players in the state. Aiden came in last year and was behind some pretty talented players, so his opportunities were limited. However, this is what sets Aiden apart from most. He never complained or hung his head. He showed up with a positive attitude, put his head down, and went to work day after day. Then this past summer, something special happened. A new version of Aiden emerged. He started playing like he was the best player in the gym. He had a new level of confidence, athleticism, and presence. That's where preparation met belief. The work was already done, and the confidence caught up. Through that mindset, belief in himself, and belief in his coaches and teammates, Aiden had his pick from a number of great college opportunities. He was also just selected by some of the top coaches in the state to the North Carolina Private School All-Star Game, which will be held here at Providence Day in March. And last night against Country Day, Aiden hit the 1,000-point milestone for his career. What an accomplishment. In my short time as coach at Providence Day, one of the things that I am most proud of is watching this young man flourish, seeing him recognize his own potential and now live out his dream of playing college basketball. Aiden will be continuing his academic and athletic career at Division III National Power Hampton-Sydney College, where there is no doubt he will make his mark the same way he has here. Congratulations to Aiden Skrutsky and his family.
First, I want to say thank you to everyone who's here today. This is a moment I've always dreamed of, and I would not be here without the people who have supported me throughout my journey. Thank you to both of my siblings for pushing me to my limits and always being there for me when I needed you most. To my dad, thank you for being the best role model I could ask for getting shots of me in the driveway, to supporting me at every game. I know you have and will always have my back. And last but definitely not least, thank you to my mom. From the countless hours you have spent taking me to and from practices and making sure you were at every game, no matter what, the high standard that you hold me to, and overall, just all the sacrifices that you have made for me. I truly would not be the young man I am here today without you, so thank you for everything that you do. Next, thank you to every coach I met along the way. Each and every one of you truly played a vital role to my success and put me in a position to succeed. Coach Mack, you gave me endless amounts of support and allowed me to be the best player possible. Coach Johnson, you believed in me and my transition here to Providence Day, and your belief in me has put me in this position to sign today. Thank you to every other coach who I've had the privilege to play for along the way. Each of you has helped me in your own way. And big thank you to the entire Hampton City coaching staff for putting your trust in me and allowing me to play for you next year. Finally, congratulations to all the other signees today, and go Tigers.
My name is Coach Greer. I'm the football coach at Providence Day. It's my honor to recognize and celebrate some of our seniors. In team sports, big believer that senior classes in high school really dictate where a program's going to go, what kind of year you're going to have. And we had a tremendous senior class. You think about the December signing date and this one. We had 16 seniors this year. That's the biggest senior class we ever had at Providence Day, the football players. This will be our 11th signing today with at least one more to go. The national average is about 6 to 7% of kids get a chance to play in college. The work that's been put in here by all these guys and their teammates and their families to make it happen academically and athletically at Providence Day is incredible. And it's an incredible honor to be a part of so many great families and kids. And in spite of that, I'm going to start with Brendan Raven, who contrary to public opinion, I love him dearly. He's been a ton of fun to coach. I'll always appreciate and respect the fact that I'll always be undefeated against you in basketball. I think one of the few times in my life I actually pitched a shutout in basketball, but I'll let you talk about the score later with your friends. Brendan's a tremendous athlete, and it goes, sometimes take it for granted. You don't realize how good an athlete he is. He played basketball-ish. He played for Providence Day, which says something. He played baseball here. But as good as he was as a receiver, I had to fight our defensive coaches every single week about them wanting to play corner or safety or anywhere on defense. They wanted him on the field, and it was hard to keep him off. In fact, when we needed him, he was always able to play. And in a world, in an era where a lot of kids only want to play one side of the ball, they think that that's the way you're supposed to do it. You know, older guys came up in an era where you wanted to be on the field for 48 minutes, and if you weren't, you were mad. He's that kind of kid. He wanted to be on the field. He had a penchant for making big plays, tough catches, and certainly would lull people to sleep. They would look at his haircut and think he couldn't play and realize that, wow, he could cook you. He was, love to pick on him. I'm going to miss that. I've had a great time with you. You made it fun for me. I don't know what frat row is going to be like without you with some of those guys, but we're certainly going to miss you, and I wish you the very best. I think Davidson stole a tremendous player, and he'll have a great career there, both academically and on the field. Brendan Raven.
It's crazy standing up here right now because I remember 6 years ago I was watching Colin sign, and I remember thinking to myself, I was like, I need to be up here one day. I didn't know what sport it was really going to be for. I thought it was going to be basketball for a while, but then I wasn't 6'5", so that dream kind of died down. But around like 14, 15, that's when I started really falling in love with football, and I'm super grateful that I did because I couldn't imagine doing anything else. I can't thank enough people to get me to this point. I want to thank all my coaches for all my sports, Coach Johnson, Coach Mack, Coach Knox, Coach Cotton, TC Manny, Coach Bondo, all for believing in me and supporting me along the way. I want to thank the Van Dam family, all my friends, Peanut Gallery, Romney, for always showing up to my games and cheering me on. I also got to shout out Miss Bynum and Mr. Taylor for helping me with that ACT because I was not going to get into Davidson without that. Coach Greer, thank you for always pushing me to be my best. I can think of at least 10 separate occasions where I wanted to talk back in your face and walk out, but I'm glad I didn't because He instilled in me to never quit. I really want to thank Coach Green. I owe it all to you. You really developed my skills to another level, and without you, I wouldn't be up here. I also want to thank all my teammates. I made the best memories of my life on that field, and I do specifically want to shout out that receiver group. Y'all push me every single day, and without y'all's help, I wouldn't be where I am. I want to thank my mom for always supporting me and driving me everywhere I needed to go, whether that was a basketball tournament in Indiana, a baseball tournament in Mississippi, or a 7-on-7 tournament in Myrtle Beach. You always got me there. My dad, who nonstop pushed me to be better and always believing in me in the classroom and on the field. My sister Claire for always being there for me if I needed someone to talk to. My brother Colin, who is by far my biggest supporter. Without you, Colin, I would have never fallen in love with the sport and wouldn't be up here, so thank you. Lastly, I want to thank Coach Perry Martin, Coach Wright, Coach Thakar, and the whole coaching staff at Davidson for believing in me. Go Wildcats.
I think one of the things that really made our season special this year, and for those of you who didn't know, it was the first undefeated season in school history, highest national ranking, state championship, undefeated, all the great things. And people ask me a lot, what was different about this year? And I think more than ever, the kids just truly loved each other. And I think it was a real bond that started with our seniors about committing, doubling down their work ethic, but really making it about playing for each other, not with each other. And Aiden Gallows certainly is a great example of that. I think it's a common bond a lot of these guys share with Faith, frankly, that they were very confident to share with each other. And I think that really led to a lot of the camaraderie that was built through the weight room in the off season. And then, Gallows, his story is so different. As a ninth grader, he's the third leading rusher in our conference. The first two leading rushers both went to the University of Georgia on scholarship. So as a ninth grader, averaging almost 10 yards a carry, pretty impressive freshman year. And a lot of people had, hey, this kid's going to be really special. He is special. It has nothing to do with being a football player. He's just a really special young man. He's a very talented lacrosse player. Spent a lot of time on his team out of New York, pursuing that dream. But injuries, and they happen. If you're an athlete, you play any high-level competition, that happens. It's part of it. And he battled and battled to get through it. So the truth of it is he had very few opportunities as a sophomore through injury. He did not play his junior year at all to try to get healthy and focus on lacrosse. Into that journey is very frustrating for you, trying to get through and figure out what's even wrong and how to fix it. But he never relented. We talk about competed everything, quit at nothing, and that's who Aiden is. And I came back for his senior year, not really sure. Hadn't played in 3 years, basically, and just became a warrior for us. I'm trying to think which coach was in this the other week, was talking about the state championship game and how impressive you were. And it was, was it? Nebraska. It was Nebraska, as we saw, that's right. Nebraska had actually taken the running back from the school down the street, and it was very good, took him on scholarship. All he could talk about was how good Aiden Gallows played in the state championship game. And he was tremendous, but more than the runs he had, he was a complete back. And he did things that are selfless and don't show up on the stat sheet. A big part of our offense for our running back is to be able to pass protect. And I've seen Aiden with a bruise this big on his thigh from, I think, back in the first game, going to the right down to on the MAC side and got hit out of bounds. And for a kid that had been hurt for 2 years, 3 years, he never missed a practice. He just battled through being hurt, different being hurt and injured, and he was going to play hurt. But he had to step up at 5'9", 190 and take on guys that were just coming full speed to get our quarterback, and he made those blocks time and time again. Super smart, thus going to toughs. He's able to make adjustments on the fly that a lot of kids just can't do. He's just a very impressive young man, very impressive player. I think that state championship game is a great exclamation point on a great career. So excited for what you're going to do with Tufts and beyond. Aiden Gallows.
First off, I want to say thank you to Coach Greer, but in reality, I'm really up here because of all the people who stood by my side, most of the ones that are here in this room right now, and I'm beyond grateful to have been blessed with such a supportive community and environment that has allowed me to thrive and be the man I am today. First, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, not just for where I am today, but for the things I've been put through along the way. Lord Father, I thank you for this day and every athlete here. Thank you for the gifts you've given us, the challenges that have shaped us, and the opportunities ahead. Lord Father, I ask that you please guide our steps, protect our hearts, and let us trust you through all seasons. All glory and praise belong to you, Lord. To the entire Providence Day football and lacrosse staff, Coach Duffy, Coach Greer, Coach Collins, Coach Brown, Coach Thompson, Coach Lover. Every hour, every practice y'all put into me for both develop me as a player and as a man has meant the world to me, so thank you. Coach Osias, thanks for helping me through my entire recovery process. Can't thank you enough. I actually remember the third time I pulled my hamstring. This is off script, but I started crying out to you after the game because I didn't know was wrong, and I met you outside, and you kind of just came up to me and you said we're going to do this and we're going to figure this out. And since then, I've just trusted you. So thank you, Coach. I want to thank also the entire faculty, teachers, and staff here at Providence Day. Every teacher I've had has played a meaningful role in shaping me into the student athlete and person I am today. I truly would not be here without this community. Thank you for Ms. Som and all the other people behind the scenes and the security who do all the work to support all the students here. I'm incredibly grateful for all my friends here and teammates I've been able to share this chapter with. I love y'all. Trey, thanks for being a great older brother and someone I've always looked up to. You set a great example for me, pushed me to compete, and helped me shape the man who I am today. I hope I continue to make you proud. Cody, I know you're probably watching this online. Thanks for being a great role model. And when we moved here together, just you and I, you gave me direction when I needed it, pushed me to stay disciplined, and took me alongside with you when I needed someone. Brandon, if you're here today, I know you're watching online with all your students. Thanks for being a great role model. And I know if you were here right now, you'd tell me it's a great day to be alive, and it sure is. Thanks for being a great mentor and helping me strive to be a better person. I can't tell you enough how much of a blessing it is to have the most positive and grounded person just one call away. Dad, you made every flight, every drive, every dinner, every practice, and every single doctor appointment all worth it. You never missed a game and always stood by me. But most importantly, you shared all the pain and hurt alongside of me, and I can't thank you enough. And Mom, you're the strongest, bravest woman I know. Thanks for protecting me and all that you've devoted for me. Thank you. And lastly, to the Tufts football staff, Coach Savetti, Coach McDonald, and Coach Bierkuski, thank you, and I'm excited for the next 4 years. Go Jumbos.
Matthew Hankins, what an honor it is to get to celebrate you today. Matthew is he's a throwback. He's a kid that is going to play old school football, meaning it's a physical game to him, and it's every play is a play of physicality, and he brings it every single snap. I would underestimate him if I just said he was a tough kid. That doesn't do it justice. He was injured and not hurt. He was injured on a play at the school down the street, and I went out to check on him, and he's kind of fighting through it, and then he made the mistake of looking. He was laying on his back, and he looked down, and he saw his arm, and I made the mistake of looking too, and it was going a direction it wasn't supposed to be going. It did not look right, and I don't have a great stomach for stuff like that, and I'm sitting there, I'm about to make this thing worse, so I'm trying to tell him to control his breathing. I'm trying to tell myself control my breathing, in through my nose, out through my mouth, relax, it's going to be okay. And they're working on him, and he'd look at that thing, and he's a tough kid, and he would scream bloody murder. Ah! And he'd breathe, and he'd look down, and ah! And to the point now, it's actually funny. I told you it's gonna be funny someday. It wasn't funny then, but it's funny. Well, the doctor said, yeah, he dislocated, his elbow, and we're gonna have to, fix it. And so he's doing something, and I look back down again, and it looks like it's fine. And the doctor said, yeah, I was able to, it was dislocated, popped it back in place. And I said, Matthew, I think they relocated your elbow. And he goes, is it relocated? And I think the doctor just said, yeah, I think it's relocated. He goes, well, can I play now? And no more hurt anymore. It doesn't look bad, so now we're good. He's ready to play again. No, I don't think we're going to be able to play anymore for a while. So really thought his season was going to be over. And if you believe that, you don't know Matthew Hankins. There was no way in the world his season was going to be over. He did everything he possibly could to get it back as fast as he could. And sure enough, he came back, and he came back with a vengeance. He's a kid that can play multiple positions. If you need physicality, which every team does, there's a place for him, and he had multiple opportunities to figure that out. I would tell you, I got a call from the Wingate staff that was thrilled when you said you were going to make that decision to go to Wingate. Getting a great young man, a great football player, somebody we all love very much. Going to miss you, Matthew Hankins.
All right, so, first I want to thank God. God is good. God is great. Shout out to my fam right here. Shout out Coach Clint. Coach Clint, he came from Raleigh, and I got to tell you about this man right here, man. He coached me in Apex Pop Warner, and he drove all the way over here. I told him, come on. And he used to really put that hurt on me growing up as a kid. Conditioning was hard, strength was hard. We used to hit every day at practice, so I still remember them times. And then we went to Disney. That was my first time going to Disney, actually. We made it to Disney for playing football, so it was great. And I'll always remember that. I remember the nickname you gave me was the motor grader, because you said I had a high motor, and I keep that high motor with me. If you watch me play football, you're going to see that I have a high motor, so there you go. Shout out to my fam, though. My mom, she was always about the grades, so she wanted me to be really smart. She was always feeding me right. So that much love, Mom. I love you a lot. Oh, my bad. I don't use the mic too often. My dad, I love you too. He basically like a guy that'll throw you into the fire, if you get what I mean. He always showed up though when it mattered. So much love, Dad. And then I got real respect for my big brother right there. That's Josh. My big brother, he helped me when nobody was there. When I couldn't buckle my chin strap and I had to hurry up to the game, my big brother did it. You know what I'm saying? And then when nobody was there to listen to me, my big brother was there. And then shout out to my cousins. I know you watching. Just thank you for chiming in on me and everything like that. I want to shout out my old school, Mallet Creek, the experience. It was pretty good. It was like a free-for-all, so I like that. Shout out to Coach Q for giving me the hard workouts. We pumped some real iron. Coach Tinsley for checking in on me and stuff like that. Now I want to shout out Mallet Creek wrestling team. When I got into wrestling, it was actually really good for me, and it got me real tough and all that. So I appreciate you for the experience. Shout out to Coach Green, who was a big influence in me coming here. I started working out with him. Back at Creek, he used to actually work at Creek, and then he started working here. So that's how I came over here and all that stuff. And then I definitely want to shout out Coach Greer. You're the first person I called when I was in the doctor, so I really respect that, Coach. I really respect that. And I had an amazing time playing for you. And we got the state championship ring. We winners. I love my team. I love the fans too. I'm glad that y'all got hyped with me. So that was good. And then I also really want to express my gratitude to my cousin. So it's sad part though. So my cousin, so he had got shot and killed at Mallard Creek. And when he got shot and killed, man, I remember the last thing he said was, "You gonna make it to college." And then he kept playing around with that. And he always used to bully me and stuff like that, but he was my protector. So much love to Utah Hill. And then much love to my friend, Kabula. Long live Kabula, for real. I didn't expect you to, it was a sad car crash and all that, so I really love you, bro. And then, yeah, great experience. I love Providence Day. I love the aunties for feeding me good food in the cafe. And yeah, I'm gonna have a good time at Wingate. Thank you.
There's only one Matthew Hankins. He's special. All right, I want to recognize and celebrate AC DC Carr. Darren is an impressive young man in so many ways. Football certainly does not define him. It's just a part of who he is, and he has been a tremendous student athlete for us in our program. He not immune to adversity. Dealt with a lot of injuries, some self-doubt he had to overcome, and he really battled through it. He's got a strong family, but he's also a very strong young man. And watching him grow and evolve and mature over the years has been a pleasure to be a part of. I will tell you that, not too embarrassing, but we had I think the turning point for me, the light went off. He kept flashing from the first time I met him. He'd flash like, "Hey, this kid can be really, really good." And there was no consistency to it, and lots of different reasons. But it was an ongoing thing, just a lack of consistency. And we got to a point this year. We said, "Look, we're going to have to make a change. We got to do something different." And as it works, that week somebody else got hurt, and so we did make a change. And I think from that conversation, I saw a whole different DC. Consistency was part of who he was, and he became what he did in practice every day, became what he did on film every night. And he went and made himself a college football player. He earned the opportunity to have lots of opportunities. I don't think he probably ended up with 8 or 10 different colleges that wanted him to go play. Last minute he's got Division I schools trying to get him to come on campus and take visits. But I know that Wingate wanted you very badly. We went to a game together down there, and had a conversation with the head coach and the O-line coach, and the O-line coach came to school and continued to express how much they wanted DC, and so I wasn't sure what was going to happen because all this flurry of activity at the end, but he did a great job going through a process and decided to go to Wingate, and I think that's a great choice for him. He's going to be an excellent student athlete for them, just as he was for us. DC Carr.
How's everybody doing? Football is something that's been big for me ever since 6. When my dad signed me up to play for his youth team, at the time, I didn't know much, but here I stand, signing my letter to play collegiate football. To the people on the stage with me today, it isn't easy getting to the place you are now, and I hope you're proud of the sacrifices you make that you made to get here. I want to thank God for blessing me with this opportunity and giving me the grace to meet all these wonderful people. He works wonders in disguise, and I couldn't thank him enough. To my coaches, Coach Greer, Coach Hill, your work doesn't go unnoticed. The hours you spend pouring into me has meant everything. It has changed me as a football player and a young man, and I'll forever be grateful for that. To the guys, I couldn't be more grateful for y'all. The memories will never be gone. and y'all forever hold a place in my heart. Triple B and Check 3, y'all know how strong the bond is, you know, my guys. To the O-line, it was a pleasure to play beside you guys, and I'll be there to support y'all whenever y'all go on to college. To the family, the sis, I appreciate the time we spent talking, and thank you for being the best sister I could ask for. Ms. Gabby, thank you for the countless hours you poured into me and my passion, and for supporting me every step of the way. And to Pops, my dog, words can't even describe the relationship we have. I couldn't ask for a better father, a man who makes it happen, my rock. Thank you for guiding me through life. I couldn't thank you enough for everything you've done for me. Ever since I was born, you've been nothing but supportive of my dreams, and you've been the one to arrange it. All the camps and visits would have been possible without you. I'm forever grateful for you, and I love you. To the Wingate coaching staff, thank you for blessing me with this opportunity to play collegiate football. And thank you, Coach Jolly and Coach Jordan, for believing in me. Just know y'all are getting a good one. With that being said, I'll be spending the next 4 years at Wingate University. Go Dogs.
Wow. I think I'm about to start calling you Jakari. I think everybody thinks your name is Jakari now. Jacob Baggett, what an impressive talent. Pretty obvious. You see him kick a football. It comes off his foot different. It sounds different. And it was a tremendous blessing to have such a weapon. The state record holder all time for all public and private schools. He kicked off 102 times. 95 of them were touchbacks. That's unbelievable. I don't know if that record will ever be broken. That's an impressive accomplishment. But more than his prowess, and he had, look, we did the stat thing. He missed one field goal from 52 yards. But he made every other one. He made 3 that didn't count because we got him off sides. We took it off and went and scored anyway. But just made yourself a punter. We needed a punter. You taught yourself how, and we're great at it. Really what you accomplished from what I saw when I met you the first time. I used to call you Marshmallow Head because as a kicker, we try to intimidate him, give him a hard time, distract him. He was very easily distracted. He'd fall for every trick I've got. He would watch duds not fall for it, then he would fall for the exact same trick. To watch him grow, mature, add mental toughness, and his talent was obvious, but be able to utilize the talent, I think, is I'm so proud of what you learned how to do. No lack of effort. His work ethic is tremendous. He showed up day after day after day. He would stay for practices when he's not doing anything. I mean, his practice time really consisted of about 15 minutes of a special teams period, but yet he was there for the entire time, every time. He took it seriously. He got work outside of practice. I'd see him on the weekends kicking balls, almost to his detriment. Kicked so many, I'd say, "Hey man, make you take a break." But just really an awesome testament to what work ethic it can do for you, because we're all blessed with some certain amount of talent. What you choose to do with that talent is your decision, and he has chose to maximize his. The recruiting process for specialists, it's tough for everybody, but especially for specialists. Everybody wants older guys, wants portal guys. It affects all the guys, all of you that aspire to play in college are affected by that now. In his process, he was so mature through it because he knew that we had to get through the portal window. Let's see what would happen. He had some opportunities, but they were changing, and it became a very dynamic situation. And it was a little frustrating for me, frankly. I'm like, how does this guy not have something locked in yet? And yet he never wavered. I mean, if you were nervous, you didn't show it. You seemed very strong through the whole process. And then all of a sudden you get a call that, hey, Michigan, full scholarship, Jacob Baggett, we want him. Praise God. How about that? That's pretty amazing. So can't top that. That's incredible. You've earned it. Congratulations, Jacob, University of Michigan.
First and foremost, I want to thank God. I'm grateful for the opportunities He's given me, the challenges that shape me, and the guidance throughout this journey. None of this would be possible without Him. Second, I want to thank my family for everything they've done for me. To my mom, thank you for always believing in me, supporting me, and being there for me through everything. To my dad, thank you for pushing me, motivating me, and teaching me the value of hard work. Without you, none of this would be possible. And also to my sister, thank you for always supporting me and being there for me no matter what. I also want to thank my extended family, my cousins, Gabby, Sele, my best friend Dylan, Woods. You guys were there for me for everything. I also want to thank Dan Orner, my kicking coach, and Chad Greer, Coach Greer. You guys pushed me, believed in me, helped me improve every step of the way. I'm really grateful for everything you have done for me. Thank you. I also want to thank the coaches at Michigan, Coach Whittingham, Coach Knorr, Coach Clausen, and Coach Combs for giving me this opportunity and believing in me. It means a lot to be trusted by a program with the standard and tradition that Michigan has. Today, I'm proud to officially sign and continue my academic and athletic career at the University of Michigan. Thank you again to everyone who helped me. Go Blue.
Hey everybody, I'd like to just congratulate all the athletes today. It's quite an accomplishment from all the work that you guys have put in, so congrats to everybody. Special shout out to Aiden. Congrats, buddy. I'm proud of you. All right, we're here to recognize, lastly, we got two left, two lacrosse players, Carter and William, and so we're gonna honor them next. So Carter started here as a transfer from Christ School last year, and I didn't really know Carter other than coaching against him. I knew what type of player he was. Having coached against him, I didn't know the type of person that he was, and it became clear pretty quickly that if you know Carter, he's quite a talker. And so it didn't take us long to kind of build a relationship, and a lot of times my players will hang out in my office, in the tennis office area, and those are usually the guys that I taught in 6th grade or I've known for a while, coached in middle school a little bit, but Carter, it was from the jump. There's never a dull moment with him. Just last week, he was telling me about how he walked 13 miles on a snow day to IG's house and made sure he brought snacks for all the homeless people he would encounter on the way. So, Carter's a defenseman, and he joined us last year, and he was off to a great start, and then unfortunately got riddled with injuries. But he is the type of player that he's like, the way I would explain it to you, he's like a lockdown corner in football. Like, he can take the other team's best player away and just take him out. We don't really want you to take him out. Just don't let him score, okay? But we're looking forward to having Carter. Like, if he comes back this season and he's able to stay on the field as the season that we expect him to have, he will be one of the best defensemen we've had put on a Providence State jersey. So we're looking forward to him anchoring our defense this year. On the recruiting side of things, so he's obviously a very talented lacrosse player. As a recruit in his class, when he was coming out, he was very highly sought after. And on September 1st of his junior year, which is the first day that schools can sign juniors, UNC went to his house and signed him up. And that is uncommon, honestly, for Carolina to go after a Carolina kid. They're usually going for Baltimore and New York kids first. So speaks very highly of Carter's ability level. And then you flash forward a little bit. Last spring, he had injuries. He had to rest the summer and fall to get healthy. And they pulled the rug out from under him unexpectedly at the very last minute. It was a pretty bad deal that he got. So a week left with the recruiting before signing day, we had to scramble and figure out what was next for him. So we got on the phone, we called, and we reached out to everybody. There were some schools that were, very interested, but they simply didn't have any spots left. And then others, obviously, that said, we'll try to make it work. So Jacksonville was one that Carter talked to, and he decided to go down and visit, and I think fell in love with it right from the jump. It's a good fit for him. I think they say everything happens for a reason, Carter, and I think this is one of those situations. I think you're going to be really happy there. It's a great staff, a great program, a top 20 program. And I think, Carter, I do believe that you might be able to reach your dream of being the first person in the world to catch a fish while surfing. At Jacksonville. It wouldn't have happened at Carolina. Maybe with a lacrosse stick in your hand, we'll see. But I am so excited. I'm so proud of you for how you handled all the adversity that you've had since you've been here with your injuries and the change in recruiting. And we're looking forward to you leading us this year. So congratulations.
I'd like to start off by thanking the man above for, always looking out for me and taking care of me. Through my journey, I had a lot of ups, but also had a lot of downs, and some that, took a while for me to get sorted out. And next, I'd like to thank my family. Dad, it was a lot of traveling. You always, without any hesitation, got me to all the tournaments, all the showcases. We made countless 8-hour drives. We were gone for weeks at a time. But you did that all without hesitation, and that's those memories and side quests on our journeys are those are stuff I'll cherish forever. Mom, ever since I was little, you've been my rock. Countless hours in the ER, McDonald's Sundays on the front porch. You always have made sure I'm doing well mentally and physically, and I can't express how grateful I am for that. Claire, at times I might not be the greatest role model of all time, but I try my best. And you inspire me every day, and I would say that you're probably the greatest little sister of all time. And I can't wait to see all the success you have in the future. I'd like to thank all the coaches that have been with me along my journey at Weddington. Coach Short, still one of my best friends to this day. I know you're watching this live stream right now. We call all the time. You're my guy, always will be. At Christ School, all my brothers there, Coach Haley, Coach Long, Coach Schwartz, y'all have always looked out for me. And then, at PD, Coach Thompson especially, you really dug in for me when stuff got rough. I didn't really know how things were going to turn out for me. And you really stuck it through during kind of the craziest period of my whole journey. And, my family and I can't express enough how grateful we are. And, you've literally brought tears to my family's eyes, how much you helped me out, and it means the world to me. I'd like to thank 80 Beatty for, getting my eligibility back. I didn't think I was going to have a chance to play this year after a really rough year for me last year. And, you helping me out, that means the world. And lastly, I'd like to thank all my friends and, all the faculty at PD. When I came here, I was in kind of a rough spot. That it took me a little while to get figured out, but, through my time here, this place has become my home, and I love all you guys. I love the faculty. I love all my friends here. So, yeah, go Fins.
All right. Lastly, William. Can't believe we're here. And as his teammates affectionately call him, Derm. So I first met William. I taught him in 6th grade history. And I remember him sitting in my class and trying to get him to play lacrosse, but at the time he was big into tennis. And sorry, Adrian, I'll apologize now. And so he first picked up a lacrosse stick in 6th grade, and he was really raw, didn't really know what he was doing. And in 7th grade, he flipped and went back to tennis. And then in 8th grade, he came back to lacrosse. And so he decided at a certain point that he wanted to continue to play lacrosse in high school. And so one of the biggest hurdles we had with him was trying to convince him to play the position that we wanted him to play, which was short stick defensive midfield. And if you know anything about lacrosse, that is not a glamorous position. It is thankless. It is, you play defense, you pick up ground balls, and you work your tail off, and it's hard-nosed, tough, and all the dirty work that nobody really likes to recognize. And then once you get the ball to the offense, you just sprint off the field, and everybody else gets to do all the fun stuff. So we had to get him to buy into this position, and he did. And as a freshman, we took him on the varsity because we knew how much potential he had. And I remember his first game against Marvin Ridge, he played a significant amount of minutes because he wasn't ready yet, but we were a little shorthanded. And I remember how big his eyes were when he came off the field, wondering, like, what just happened? And so it took us a year to teach him the position, and then he's been flourishing at that position ever since. And once he realized that he was really good at it and wanted to play at the next level, he embraced it, which is why he's sitting here today. And so he ended up playing in the summers, and the Stevenson coach was one of the first ones to reach out to you because he saw him playing that position. So it's a testament to your willingness to do anything for your teammates. And last week at practice, my plan this year is to give him a little bit more leeway, let him play a little bit of offense. And so we were doing some drills where he was on offense, and he looks at me, he said, "Coach, I'm a short stick D midi at heart. I want to play defense." And I was like, "Oh, well, we've come a long way." So that's kind of a little bit how Durham got to where he is. I do want to make a note here that he is the only player I've had in my 21 years coaching here at Providence Day that has stopped by to say hi on Thanksgiving. That was a surprise, but a very welcome one. You're welcome back anytime. So I'll just close with this. I am really excited and happy for you, Durham. You've come so far since I met you in 6th grade and made so much progress in all ways. And I'm really excited to have one more season with you. I might need your roommate's number next year to just make sure you get up, though, in the morning for class. Well, come on up here. Congratulations.
First and foremost, I'd like to give all the praise to God and giving me this opportunity and guiding me every step of the way. Without him, none of this would be possible. Dad, your support and sacrifices mean more to me than I can ever fully express. I wouldn't be where I am today without you. You showed me what hard work, discipline, and commitment truly looks like. You pushed me to be tougher, hold myself to a higher standard, and never settle for being average, even when it would have been easier. Every lesson you taught me and every sacrifice you made helped build towards the person I'm becoming, and I will carry those values with me for forever. I'm incredibly grateful to be your son and to have you by my side through all of this. Mom, you've done more for me than I could ever put into words, and it would take a lifetime to even begin to repay you. None of this would be possible without the countless sacrifices you've made, and I'm thankful every day that God has put you in my life. From the early mornings to the long drives and every single lacrosse tournament you drove me to, from never missing a single one of my games, it means everything to me. Your love, patience, and belief in me have shaped who I am today, and I'll carry me through every challenge. This accomplishment means everything to me, but it means even more to me knowing that I wouldn't be here without you. You deserve more credit than I could ever give, and I'm forever grateful to be your son. To my sisters Meg, Emily, Laura, Emma, Annie, and Ashley, thank you for always being there for me and supporting me in ways you probably don't even realize. Your encouragement, love, and belief has meant so much to me throughout this journey, and I'm incredibly grateful to have you by my side. I couldn't have done it without all of y'all. To my brother Casey, I'm beyond grateful to have you in my life. I've always looked up to you, not just as a brother, but as a mentor and a role model. Your guidance, advice, and discipline has shaped me in ways I don't always say out loud. You've pushed me to be better, held me accountable when it mattered most, and stood by my side whenever I needed support. I wouldn't be where I am today without the lessons you've taught me and the example that you've set. Thank you for always having my back and believing in me. I want to sincerely thank all my coaches from Providence Day who have played a huge role in my development. Thank you to Coach Lober, Coach Thompson, Coach Schmidt, Coach Dio, and Coach Fopp for your time, dedication, and belief in me. Each of you have pushed me to improve myself and compete and carry myself the right way, both on and off the field. Coach Thompson, I'm beyond blessed for your guidance and constant support throughout my recruiting process and my whole life. Your advice and honesty and commitment to helping me take the next steps meant more to me than I can put into words. You believed in me, helped me find a role, and made sure I was prepared for every opportunity. I'm incredibly grateful for everything you've done and for the trust you've placed in me. I want to give a big thanks to my football coaches, Coach Greer, Coach Green, and Coach Gates, for pushing me and believing in me and helping me grow as an athlete, but more importantly as a man. I appreciate all the time, energy, and encouragement you've given me,
Your guidance has made me feel stronger and more confident on and off the field. I want to thank all my friends, Mac and Jack. Thank y'all. It means a word for me that y'all to come to this. And all my other friends on the football team, lacrosse team, everywhere. Your encouragement and the belief in me has made a huge difference, and I'm grateful to have such amazing people in my life. Thank you to Coach Reyes and Coach Doyle at Team Carolina for challenging me every day and helping me grow as a player and as a person. And finally, I want to give a special thanks to Coach Kennedy and Coach Steinberg for believing in me and giving me this incredible opportunity to play lacrosse at Stevenson. Go Mustangs.
Let's give it up for all of our student athletes today and families. Thank you for attending, and again, we have another large group waiting to get in here, so if we get exit and family and friends at the backdrops.